Living from our heart, living from our core, living from our power, we all get more. We are powerful women.
Welcome to the Alignment Summit. I'm Sue Erda. I am the grateful host, and I am so happy to be here for this summit. I'm a publisher at Power for You Publishing, and all of the women that we will be interviewing, and I have the honor to interview, are the authors of this book that's coming out, Women Living in Alignment. And all of these authors, they have amazing stories. I know you'll love the book, so you'll want to read that. But this summit is here to introduce you to them so that you can get to meet them, get to know them a little bit, so you know something about them before their story. And they have such great, before you read their story, and they have great information to share. So I'm really excited about it. Today, right now, we're going to be talking with Julie King. And I'm excited to talk with her. She's so many amazing things that I will read in her bio, but she's a musician and a creative and a healer of sorts. And so I'm excited to talk with her. I am going to read an introduction, and then we'll get started talking with Julie. Julie King is an internationally acclaimed musician and a professional member of the Academy of the Grammy, International Breathwork Foundation, global practitioner of the Breathwork Alliance, and International Reiki Center Association. She is the founder of Breathwork Miracles and the developer of a multidisciplinary program called Trans Breath. She's also the author of Facilitator's Handbook. Julie holds an MFA and BFA degree from California Institute of the Arts in opera, vocal performance, music composition, and production. She is a certified Clarity Breathwork practitioner, master teacher Yuzu and Karuna Reiki Holy Fire 3, life coach, hypnotherapist, and an active Vedic psychologist. Julie resides in Miami and facilitates in-person and online workshops. And I really am happy to welcome today Julie King. Julie, how are you?
Hi, Sue. Thank you so much for that beautiful presentation and introduction. I'm really honored to be here with you today. I'm doing great. Besides the fact that there's a crazy storm outside, I live in Miami, Florida, and it's been a little bit scary, but I'm doing great. I feel very grounded and happy to be here.
Good. Me too. I'm also in Florida, so I feel the rumblings, or, not literally, but in my soul, I'm feeling there's a lot of stuff going on this week. So it should be interesting. But we've made it through before. We'll make it through again. All is well. Your topic that you chose today for this interview, I'm excited about it. It is Awaken Your Soul Through Conscious Breath Work. And this is really important, I know, because breathing, it's something we do naturally, automatically all the time, and yet really paying attention to it is a whole other thing. So I'm excited for you to talk to our listeners about this. And I know that's why they're here, is to hear about that. And the first thing, though, I know I introduced you, but I'd love for you to introduce yourself and tell us really who you are.
Wow. Well, first of all, I am a woman who is now living in alignment and in higher purpose. And I am a medicine woman. I am many things, and I am part of a global movement for awakening. And my mission really is to share this beautiful medicine, which is conscious breath work. And as you mentioned, many of us, we do breathe automatically. Breath comes in. We know that we're alive when the child is born. It takes first breath, and we know like the life has started. And we know that the last thing that we do when we leave this plane is we exhale the breath. So awakening your soul through conscious breath work is one of the most magical processes that anyone can experience, because breath itself is a natural medicine that is available to everyone. And being conscious when you're breathing, you're able to release traumas that are not just accumulated in this lifetime, in past lifetimes. And through conscious breath work, you're able to heal your ancestral tree, 14 generations back, 14 generations forward. So I am a master teacher, and I teach conscious breath work besides healing modalities like sound healing, Reiki, light body psychology, and things like that. But mostly my focus now is conscious breath work. Why? Because it changed my life. As Sue mentioned earlier, I was a Grammy nominated artist for my single Forgiveness. You can check it out on YouTube. My stage name used to be Juliana. Originally, I come from Kazakhstan, and at the age of 13, I moved to America. I didn't know the English language, I didn't know the culture, but I immersed myself into something that was really a beginning of the development of who I am today. And it's interesting because my life in the beginning was really traumatic. I had a very traumatic childhood. I was abused, I was beat, it was physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. By the age of 16, I was obese. I was going through really serious depression, and I was bullied a lot. There's a lot of things that were going on. And so by the time when I got nominated for the Grammys, you'd think, I mean, I'm selling so many records, I'm traveling all over the world, I'm touring, I'm performing. It was my dream when I was a kid. No one's ever could have imagined that a girl from Kazakhstan, from poor family, could come in and do red carpets and do all these beautiful events. And at the same time, deep down inside, I was very sad and depressed. And a part of me felt that I wasn't really doing what I was supposed to be doing, even if I loved it. I really did. I enjoyed it. I loved it. But still, there was something that was holding me back. And during my marriage, we eloped, but I experienced a really horrible situation, and that really brought me back to really facing myself. And after that whole event, I was sitting in the office of a psychiatrist. I was sitting in the office of a psychiatrist. And the psychiatrist was asking me a series of questions that really triggered all this past trauma of my inner child. And that led me to search for different modalities, because I didn't feel that it was right for me to take any kind of chemical medication. And so I was introduced to Clarity Breathwork. And Clarity Breathwork is a conscious feminine circular breathing technique. It's very gentle. It's a feminine approach. So there's no pushing or shoving or anything that is forceful, supposed to holotropic breathing, if people are familiar with that type of breath work. Again, it is conscious breath work. But anyway, so during this period of time, I realized that my whole pain, the inner child, the suffering, the depression comes all the way from my trauma with my father, relationships with my father. And actually, one of the chapters in the anthology is dedicated to forgiveness. Well, the emotions that are coming now are actually emotions of feeling good and proud, because I went through this series of 16 years of healing through conscious breath work. It took me 16 years to forgive my father. And interesting enough, I finished the chapter at a certain point, but now we have healed along with my dad. And I have seen him recently in Prague, in Europe. I traveled. So it was my reunion with him in the first time in 27 years. And I was really surprised of how it went, because when we hugged, it felt that a piece of my soul that was missing all this time finally came back to me.
Beautiful.
Yes, we went through a sacred ceremony. We planted an apple tree as a symbol for anchoring our ancestry, anchoring our relationship. And we went through an ancient Hawaiian process called Ho'onoponopono. And since then, my life has just went It
Beautiful.
shut up. Yeah,
When was that?
it just happened. It happened on August 14th.
Oh, this year. Okay, that's great. And
Right.
so, wow. So that's why it's all very fresh for you and it's still right here for you. So that's beautiful because the opening is here. And so it's a perfect time also to be a newly published author and get out there with the beautiful work you're doing because you live it. See, that's the beauty of the stories in the book too, and your story and you sharing that. It's like, this is how life is. We all have stories and they happen throughout our lives and where our life is a continuum. So here we are. And I love that you're talking about this conscious breath work. And we actually experienced it with you as you were even telling your story because you were breathing and it helped you through. So that's a beautiful thing. Let's talk a little bit about that conscious breath work. And you also do sound healing. So you told us how you got there. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, because I'm already a musician, sound healing came very natural to me. I took Reiki. I went all the way to master teacher in Usui and Karuna. And during this period, my teacher, Victoria Vives, she would play on the sound bowl and she would sing. And that was the first time I ever heard crystal healing before. And that to me was like, wait, I need a crystal ball. This is going to be my new magical tool. Yes.
Yeah.
Because again, transitioning from a pop world and opera world when you're, actually using theater and you're staged and you have all these lights and you're acting is very different when you come on, you sit down, you create this beautiful sacred space, a safe container for people to be and elevate their frequencies and align with their chakras, release blockages, release negative energies and things like that. You are now in the role of a facilitator, and you're facilitating, you're holding space, and being real is one of the most important things. And you can't act. The thing is that when there's sound healing or conscious breath work, when you're facilitating, the acting doesn't work. People see through it. They see the false messages or whatever it really does come through. And so in sound healing, because I have all these tools already coming from a university and a music institute, Cal Arts, and coming with all this knowledge I was taught by Tibetan monks, how to gargle sing, how to properly sing mantras and chants. And I was taught by amazing African dance, African music teachers, Laoluvi, Ladzekpo, and oh yeah, I was taught Sargam now that I'm thinking about it. I was taught a lot of things. And so implementing these elements, the sound healing, the workshops that I do are out of this world. I mean, it takes to another level of sound healing. And what I do now is I combine these two modalities. When I hold a workshop, I create sound healing. Well, people call it sound bath as well, but for me, I also do mantra meditation. So I do chants. And while I'm playing the bowls, my clients that I facilitate, they go deep into their subconscious and they begin their work through conscious breath work. So I like implementing things and combining them for the greater good, because a lot of things, some things may not help somebody, but some things do. So that's pretty much what.
Yeah, it's customized healing work, really. And so when you do that, you must feel your way through, right? Because you have all these different modalities, you have a lot of different things that you can bring. So how do you work with clients that way then? How do you know what they need?
Well, the most important thing that the client needs to know what they need. So when the client knows what they need, I'm able to accommodate, because I am not there to be a magic wand to have things elevated or released or something. The individual has to come in willing to change their life, willing to heal from within. It's important to have that understanding with the client, that I'm there to hold the space, that I'm there to facilitate, that I'm here to serve the best I can with all of these different tools, but I need to know what the client needs. So I'm not there to diagnose or give, I mean, I can suggest things and say, you can use this type of essential oil, you can create this type of herbal tea for yourself, this will help and this will benefit. But the most important thing is the readiness of the client.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess when they, a lot of us don't know how to get there, but we know the feeling place that we'd like at the end, or what we need to release maybe, or forgive, or whatever that is. So yeah, that's cool. And having a healer, having somebody that work with that you feel good about and feel comfortable with is great. So all the experience that you have is beautiful, and being able to bring that in, create the space, even you're backing where you are right now, the space feels comforting and welcoming. And, it feels like, hey, I'm ready to do some work here, just relax into it, so that, or not push my way through, but get it, make it happen, whatever it is that I'd like to feel in the end. So I love that. So tell us about your BreathWorks Miracles School.
Well, this is actually also my motto: breath works miracles. It's also everything that is part of everything that I do. And the all-night program for BreathWorks Miracles, it's a combination of different healing modalities. So I teach Reiki, I teach sound healing, I teach light body psychology, somatic breath work, and also the trance breath conscious breathwork school. So yeah, it's a combination of a lot of things.
Great. So, and the trance breath is a multidisciplinary program. So tell us about that.
So it took me about 3 years to put together Trance Breath School, and I wanted to create a different combination of techniques and modalities. So it's based on ancient modalities like Tantra, Tai Chi, Ayurveda, but it also incorporates modern tools. So we use NLP, we use life coaching, we use hypnotherapy, and it's based on conscious breathing. And it's also intention of it behind it. It comes from Shinto shamanism, which is Tzu Chi, and in translation meaning compassionate energy release. So we don't force anything on anybody. We don't push anything. We only going to work on something when we're ready to work on it. And I'm the master teacher of the school. So I teach teachers how to facilitate, and they will be learning many different modalities. As I said earlier, BreathWorks Miracle School has all these different modalities in them, but Trance Breath incorporates all of them together, which again gives all these available tools for facilitators to be of more service to their clients.
Beautiful. So do you, this is a question, do you prefer to work directly one-on-one with clients? Do you like to work with groups or teachers, teaching teachers? What is your preference of all of that?
So I think that teaching teachers is my main priority at the moment, because I've already done, workshops in Bali, Thailand, Bali, Thailand, Sweden, Germany, Turkey, Mexico, within the US.
Wow.
So I've over 10,000 people have gone through my workshops, and one-on-one, I have a lot of clients one-on-one. And I think because our movement right now, our humanity is going and elevating on higher frequency and is more aware, I think that my calling now is to actually teach teachers, produce facilitators. I'm not sure how to say it in the appropriate way, actually, but yeah, graduate, release, produce.
Yeah.
I don't know
Well,
if the
yeah,
right
because
word.
you have more of an impact, right? Then it's going out into the world and through so many different people and so many different places. I think that's beautiful. It's like, it's like us publishing books, we help individual authors, but the story gets out so exponentially to so many people. And so I feel like that's part of my role. And I think that's part of yours as teaching teachers, and to help them help more people. So it's all of us helping each other and just makes the whole world a higher vibrational frequency.
Right.
Yeah, cool. I love that. I love it, love it, love it. So what made you want to become an author in this book, Women Living in Alignment?
Well, first, I have been sitting on my own book for quite some time. And one of the things that really sparked my interest was an invitation to be part of it. I think there was a moment where I felt there was something in me that can express myself as an author, as a writer, because I am a singer-songwriter. So I write songs, I write stories, they're short, but they're still stories and they tell something and they teach something, or they have some sort of a message that is conveyed. So when the invitation came to me, I thought to myself, this probably is a stepping stone for me to finally actually write my own book. And to be part of women, to be part of the collective with other incredible women who are part of this anthology is a great honor, because it shows collectively that we are, first of all, as women, can finally speak up, can finally be seen and be heard, and also being able and have the opportunity to share our stories with others. So it's a great honor for me to be part of this anthology, Women Living in Alignment. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
that's great. Yep, I love it. And the collective energy, as you said, is so beautiful. I love that. And that happens all over the world in many different ways. You're part of many organizations, Julie. Will you tell us a little bit about those?
So I'm part of the International Breathwork Foundation and Global Practitioners Breathwork Alliance. And who we are is we're a group of worldwide known breath workers, facilitators, healers, shamans, sound healers, medicine men, medicine women. And we basically spread the awareness of conscious breath work. And I'm part of the Breathing Arts work group for International Breathwork Foundation. And my role is organizing different creative forms. And the reason why I want to kind of mention it is because we always organize different creative forms for different healers. And it doesn't also have to be healers. We're asked for musicians, artists, even culinary arts, people who make chocolate or something like that. If they're using consciousness in it while they're being creative, we invite them to be heard and to be seen in our creative forms. So this is one of them, or both of them. And GPBA is a Global Practitioner Breathwork Alliance, and they're have a whole set of different schools that teach breath work, teach conscious breath work. So I'm one of them, but there's so many. And I wanted to mention that again, because I believe that, as I mentioned earlier, some things may not work for someone, and having that source where you can find, oh, wait, well, this maybe trance breath is not the type of breath work I want to do. Maybe I want to do clarity breath work, or maybe I want to do alchemy of breath. And so there's different type of source where people can research for themselves if they're interested in pursuing conscious breath work.
Beautiful. I love it. Well, Julie, this has been wonderful. It's so nice hearing about you and all the stuff that you're doing. And, I love you bringing this breath work into our lives. I feel like as I was listening to you, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to breathe more consciously. I'm going to breathe more deeply and feel it better, more in my soul, in my spirit, in my body. So thank you for that. So I know that there are going to be people who want to reach out to you. They want to know more about you. They want to be connected with you. And I know you have a couple of things on your website that you could guide them to that are gifts for them. So will you please tell us about that?
So the way how you can contact me and find more information about me and about my schools is breathworksmiracles.com. Very easy, breathworksmiracles.com. And in the section where it says offerings, you can find for free short videos, short meditations. Some of them are to release stress, some to release an anxiety, some to ground, some to actually pump you up. There is box breathing, there is fire breath, dragon breath. There's all kinds of different free offerings that you can definitely check out, as well as my music. You can also check out forgiveness music video on YouTube, and links to my book, Facilitator's Workbook, as well.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Julie, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you being a part of this whole project. Interview was wonderful. And I love your story in the book. I have the honor of reading these ahead of time, and it's wonderful. It's going to be very inspiring for people to see what you've been through and how you brought yourself through all of it. So thank you for that. I appreciate you. And I'm looking forward to all the readers reading your story. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I really appreciate you, Sue. Thank you for all of you that you do, and for your energy and for your love, and for you sharing your gifts as a publisher and allowing us, women like me, to be published in anthologies. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome. Namaste. And listeners, thank you for being here. Thank you for giving yourself the gift of listening to all of these amazing, amazing women, because I know you will get some beautiful gems from each of them. And they have so much love and knowledge and wisdom and life experience to share. So definitely listen in to the rest of the summit as well. And be sure to buy this book, Women Living in Alignment, on launch day, which is November 2nd. And you can go to the website, same name, womenlivinginalignment.com. We will guide you to Amazon in whatever country you're in so that you know where to buy that book. It is going to be a 99-cent Kindle for launch day. So definitely want to get it on that day. If you like Kindle, the paperback will also be available for you. So thank you all. Continue for yourself to live in alignment. And also for Julie's message today, breathe consciously and get some of her gifts, because they'll really help you to be able to do that. Thank you all so much. Have a beautiful day. Bye for now.